This is a video on how to make pesto, and I put the pesto on the pasta and the chicken. So stick around and see how it's done. And here we are. I'm going to make pesto and marinate chicken breast in the pesto. And this is the first time I've ever made pesto. So I went out to the garden and I picked a bunch of basil. You just pull it off the stem, and I don't get overly technical with it. Just try not to get too much big stem. Of course, I washed this basil real good, and then I used a salad spinner. Then I used the salad spinner to dry it off. You want it dry, you can always use a napkin. And I washed it twice to make sure no bugs were in it. Now, my mom made pesto once when I was a kid, and I'm not sure what she did, but it didn't turn out very good, and we proceeded to tease her for the next 45 years about making pesto. And Mom, I want to apologize to you because I know you're going to watch this video. Now that I'm making it, I hope it turns out good, because if not, I guess I can't tease you about it anymore. Anyway, I got all the stems picked off. Got a nice pile of basil here. You just want to take a quick look through it and make sure there aren't any heavy stems in here, and there's not. Now, normally on my videos I like to give measurements, but I don't know how to measure this. It's probably 3 handfuls of basil. I have these pine nuts and I'm going to toast them, but you don't have to. You can make it without toasting them, but it's simple enough to toast them. You just want to put your pan on about a medium heat. So I threw in about, I guess, 2 handfuls of pine nuts there. With toasting these, you just want to get a little toast on them. Once they start getting fragrant, that's when they're done. Now you can see they're getting pretty toasted, so I'm not going to go much further. Next thing I'm going to do is grate up some Locatelli. This is the cheese we have, so this is what I'm using, and we love Locatelli, so I would say I have about a ½ cup there. The last ingredients you're going to need is a clove of garlic, some kosher salt or salt, and the important part, the extra virgin olive oil. This is a pretty small food processor, and I do own a bigger one. I'm just going to put it in here, and then I'm going to start out with this here. Now some oil. Now the lid. Now I give it a little spin. Now I just scrape the sides down a little. I'm going to add a little more oil. Definitely looks like it needs some more oil. Okay, now I'm going to give it a little taste. Very good. I can taste the nuts. Definitely taste the basil and the oil and the cheese. Alright. Now I'm going to hit it with a little salt. Not much because the cheese is pretty salty. Just 2 pinches should do it. It's not traditional, but I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in. Not a lot. Give it one last mix. Boy, that is good. That is really good. Now I'm going to use the pesto to marinate my chicken. We have chicken breasts here. I cut these up a little bit ago. Okay, there you have it. I'm going to marinate up the chicken, leave that marinade for about an hour, and then cook it on the grill, and I'll let you know how it's going to go. So here's the chicken on the grill, and I have to tell you, the second it hit the grill, it smelled amazing. There it is, flipped over. I decided that since I had so much basil left over, I'm going to make a second batch of pesto and put it on some pasta. I have a mug for some extra pasta water. Also, I want to be clear that I did clean this out afterwards because because the spatula I was using, I touched the chicken and then was putting it back in here, so I made sure to wash it before I reused it. So here we go. I got a pound of ziti cooked, and now I'm just going to pour the pesto over it. Now mix it in, coat it nicely. It smells amazing. I'm going to hit it with a little pasta water. You all know how pasta sucks up the liquid. And there you have it. Alright, so here is the pasta plated along with the chicken. It's amazing. Mom, I'm not sure what you did wrong. But anyway, I guess if it were to turn out a little bit bitter, you can add some sugar to it just to take the bitterness out of it. But I didn't have to do that.